let's see how we can use the idea of completing the square to solve an equation. So here we have x squared plus 12x plus 2 is equal to 0. And this is kind of hard to solve for x because if you move that x squared term over to the other side, you've still got this 12x term. And if you move the 12x to the other side, you've still got that x squared term. So it's the fact that I've got x squareds and x's all mixed up here that makes it pretty hard to solve for x. But let's use the completing the square method. So I'm just going to first write down the equation again. X squared plus 12x plus 2 is equal to 0. And that method of completing the square is I take this linear term, 12, I cut it in half, and I square it, and then that's what I need to add. So this is going to be 144 over 4. Let's go ahead and simplify that. I can cut that in half by 2. So 144 becomes, what, 50, 72? Oh, I can cut it in half again. 72 divided by 2 is, what is that? 35, 36? Cool. So that's what I need to add. So I'm going to take this equation, and I'm going to rewrite it as x squared plus 12x plus 36 plus 2 is equal to 36. So I rewrote the exact same thing. I just added 36 to both sides. And the reason I did that is because this is now a completed square. So I can write this as x plus 6. And if you don't trust me, in fact, you shouldn't trust me, pause the video now, start with this line, expand this square, and make sure that you get back up to that line. Okay, so now that we're here, notice I no longer have x squareds and x's floating around. I just have one x, and it's hiding inside that parentheses. We can solve for this. So let's subtract 2 from both sides. Let's take the square root of both sides. Square root of 34 is not a nice number. It doesn't give me an integer, so I'm just going to leave it as square root 34. And now let's move that 6 to the other side. So I see here, I actually get 2 different x values that solve this equation. The x value of minus 6 plus square root 34 would solve that equation, but also the x value of minus 6 minus square root 34 would also solve that equation.